What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Welcome to the Convrs8 Podcast.
We are live.
I can't talk right, man.
I just got the notification.
Yes. You've gotten that notification if you're here right now. It is time for episode 57 featuring Chef Cheron.
Hey. Let's go.
So we're going to get nice and warmed up as we usually do with our warm-up topic.
Of course, Brittany is the first person on here.
Oh, yes. Shout out to my wife.
The waffles.
The lovely wife.
But yes, Dark Man X, Earl Simmons has passed away at 50. Impactful career, yes. Very much in the culture, pretty much from the 90s through now. I mean, in various ways. So we can just go around the panel here. What's like your favorite DMX moment, song, or what he's done? If you want to share that. Is everybody like,
can I go?
Yeah. Well, Darius will delay it, so it's like you gotta wait. You gotta wait a second for the whole message to get to him.
Darius is joining us via satellite.
Yeah, I'm on one of Elon Musk's rockets headed to Mars. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that part. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to fight the first alien. You know what I'm saying? But my favorite, one of my favorites is of course Slipping. You know what I'm saying? And what these ladies want from a Negro, you know what I'm saying? And
oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? To be nice and clean for our viewers and listenership. You know what I'm saying? But I like the whole Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood album is straight, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the one I fell in love with, you know what I'm saying? The Damien things where he's just kind of like going versus talking to himself and talking to his inner demon. That was a fire one. You know what I'm saying? I like a lot of stuff, man. And the first time I remember the first time I heard Slipping, man, something bad happened to me. You know what I'm saying? And then, I was just like, hey, man, everybody struggle. You know what I'm saying? He was a very important part of my later years and growing up. Man that had many demons and fight it. And let me tell you something. That man had the best prayers I ever heard in my life.
Oh my God.
He moved me to pray. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, man, I need to learn how to pray like that because that man being open and honest. You know what I'm saying? I used to enjoy that part of his album. The prayers, I was just like, hey, man, with them prayers, I know he in heaven. I don't care what you say he did. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if he slapped Peter, he in heaven. You know what I'm saying? DMX is definitely one of the greats. You know what I'm saying? Sorry to hear for his passing. You know what I'm saying? Glad that we got to, utilize his talents and got to touch as many people as he could while he was here. I feel like he did everything he needed to do on this earth. You know what I'm saying? Good, bad, and the ugly. This joker say, I still say Belly is a family movie.
Belly is a family movie. Wow.
I don't really think so.
Wow. I'm gonna have to disagree.
Oh my God.
Belly is a family movie. Hey, I can see that. It's a lot of lessons your kids can learn from the movie Belly.
Oh, what, the 8-year-old selling dope? I understand.
It's a lot of age ranges in there.
There you go, for the whole family. Yeah, there you go. We'll say that.
Keisha from
man. Anybody else wanna take a crack at it?
Yeah, sure. I think one of my favorite songs by DMX is Party Up.
Wow.
Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Well, see, the thing is I think what I appreciate about just the hip hop culture in general is that well, one, my parents are young, so they were born in like 75, 76.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I feel like I was
they're younger than my brother.
They're older
than my brother,
than
so.
you, but to me, they're considered like, it's crazy because it's like I'm about to be 30 this year, and like they're in their 40s,
man.
and it's like it's weird.
Y'all about to catch up with each other.
It's like I feel like I'm just
y'all listen to DMX together.
That's literally the thing.
You're gonna make me lose my mind. They'll probably finna toss you out the window while they'll listen to that song. Like, that baby keep crying, just make me lose my mind. But
That's probably was what was gonna happen. Because when that song was released, I was actually 8. So I didn't even know anything about that song until like my high school years, which was like 2005, 2009. So we're talking about like 10 years later when I'm actually introduced to the artist, like for me, like not like my parents was like, oh, my parents wasn't playing DMX. They were playing, you know, all the other 80s, 90s R&B, you know, musicians. DMX was very rarely played at any family reunion unless we were like turning up. But even in that sense, DMX was not a part of the playlist. So I didn't really was introduced to them until probably like my junior year of high school, which was like 2008. I'm so young. I just feel like I'm the youngest person on this podcast right now. So I just feel like my experience with DMX is a little bit probably different from you guys because you grew up in that era as opposed to me. Like, I just have a great appreciation for the 90s and the artists that dwelled therein.
Y'all out here culture vulturing the 90s.
I love it. You know, I love it, but I didn't like grow up in it as a teenager or you know what I'm saying? Like,
you ain't never had a pair of cross-colored pants or shirt. You ain't from the 90s.
Yeah, man.
That's it.
I probably had it as a kid, so I mean, you just gotta dig up some photos.
Your dad was busy writing Charlene. You know what I'm saying?
First of all, I was actually with my mom most of my childhood, so I don't know what my dad was doing.
He left y'all in North Carolina to write "Come Where I'm Come From."
I don't know what my dad was doing, but my dad was in college, you know, trying to make pavement
in North Carolina.
In Albany State, at Albany State University.
You know
hey Mel, all we gotta say is we've never seen Anthony Hamilton and your dad in the same place.
Exactly.
We've never seen it.
Exactly.
Y'all get off my dad.
When I
my
see
dad
it,
is not
immediately.
My dad is not Anthony Hamilton.
Anthony Hamilton.
I'm telling you,
I need paperwork.
I need proof. I need proof that he's not.
I live with him on a day-to-day basis. That's proof.
You don't know what he do when he leaves out.
Anthony ain't putting nothing out in a while either.
Oh my God.
He took a break. He took a break.
Ever since you moved, Anthony ain't putting no music out. So I'm just saying. It's kind of coinciding here.
I am done.
There's a correlation. So Chef Ron, what you got with DMX?
Goodness.
Like, what's your DMX moments?
I think for me it was shocking to first of all hear about it. Like, I didn't even know. I knew he had his bouts with addiction and all that, but we all got our demons. I think for me, what a hood at is my joint. What a hood at. So I totally love that song. But I think for me, seeing him do acting definitely like opened my eyes to the layers that is DMX, the onion that he was, and he even did comedy on some aspects. When Mad TV was out, he had a couple of spots he would show up on there, and he was pretty funny on there. So just seeing the layers of not only the musical side, but also the acting side, and then you get into the honest spiritual side of it. Like, dude was like, look, I know there's a God, I know he exists, and I know he's more powerful than I am. I just got my own stuff going on, so I'm gonna try and handle it. So I have nothing but mad respect, but rest in power, my man. Like, hey, you made a mark and it's here to stay. So
right.
Yeah, man.
I wish you would have acted in more movies.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and he was a fine actor too. You know,
exactly. He was great.
Yeah, like just bridging over to just my favorite DMX moment. Definitely his acting, you know, starting from Belly, and then one movie that he doesn't get a lot of credit for is Never Die Alone. That came out in the mid 2000s, and you know, it was kind of like, okay, yeah, it was another drug movie, whatever, but it really kind of told a real personal story as well. This guy just kind of coming up in the game, but he had like goals and ambitions, and you know, he loved people, he loved, you know, and then they betrayed him, or they just kind of didn't take him seriously, so he had to kind of work through that. And so it was a real layered, it was more layered than you think walking into it. And then of course, like Cradle to the Grave was a real good action flick. Let's see, I'm trying to think of another one that he was in he doesn't get credit for, but those are the ones that stick out in my mind. And of course the music, you know, Rough Riders was a movement.
The group,
okay.
They were.
I wanted a motorcycle as soon as I heard it. I was like, yo, I'm gonna ride a 4-wheeler in the streets.
Yes,
I don't care.
Yes,
I want to be a Rough Rider. I was like, hey.
And you wanted to rock that aluminum chain, guys.
Exactly.
You know,
oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was back in the day, man.
Back in the day.
You want the aluminum chain?
I'm so young, man. I'm so
you
young.
wanted the chewing gum wrapper, silver teeth.
Yeah,
you
got to make sure you put your grooves in there to make it look real.
You got to make it look real.
If you didn't put your grooves in there, we knew it was fake. You
Somebody in the comments, everybody had pit bulls.
Yes,
right.
I growled at everything. I barked at my teacher. I was like, hey, you can't tell me what to do.
Yeah, that growl.
Man, I am so done.
Yeah, I got in trouble for shooting my teacher in the face with a paperclip.
And then just the other acts in that Rough Rider crew, like of course Eve, which kind of, you know, she became her own
the first lady of Rough Rider.
Yeah. Exactly. Yes. She had everybody tattooing cat prints on the chest.
Not the paw.
Oh, the paw.
You and see now that started back in the day. So the ladies that got that on them now, that's the mark of a cougar.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, see that? You see how that works? 360.
You're going too deep. You're going too deep. Not the
all the cougars. If you see paw prints on a lady now, and you over the age of 30, you have now reached cougar stage. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
yeah.
That's about
pretty
right.
much. It's about right.
I can't.
All right.
Do the math. You do the math. It's correct.
Yeah, she's about 40. Yeah,
she's about 40 years old. She cool.
Yeah. You do the math.
She's about 40. Ain't nothing wrong with old.
I don't know if it's pit bull paws or cat paws. You know what I mean? I don't know. They let you know she was in the jungle. Now she at church. She a mother in the church now. By the way.
No, not a mother.
Hey, she one that got the big hat on. You know what I'm saying?
She covered that up.
Oh!
Wow, he said this.
Oh my God!
Wait a minute. Reveal yourselves. Facebook user. What the heck? Who's about to be a cougar out here?
Oh,
No,
man.
No,
Mellow-
I'm not even gonna flex though. I just feel like I try not to do this on purpose, but usually the people that I talk to are younger than me, so I don't know. I don't know what it is.
That's the mark
This
of a
all-
If
cougar.
you're out here listening, you know,
She's saying she's single. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah,
I am
that's that.
single. No, I am very single.
Hey, man.
You know, but either same age or I mean, I'm not too like hooked on age. I'm really not. Like if you're mature enough, you know.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? She said she don't want no musty foot sugar daddy. She said
No,
she gonna be the sugar mama.
she
Come
got her
on,
money.
Daryl. Yes, Daryl Perry. That's I love that couple. Daryl and Tacoma. Oh, we
Hey,
have to
man.
have you. We have to have you guys on another episode for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
What happened
you
to
know.
Steve?
Hey, I don't know. He
quit.
froze. He must have got my internet bug, cause my internet don't straighten up.
It's like he's laughing in the
Yeah, it's like he's
They
stuck in
just
time.
froze.
Look at him. He in this
He's stuck
backstage
in
studio. He's
laughter.
stuck in laugh mode.
Yeah.
Like I wanted this to go stay like that forever. Yo, hey man, Steve got scared away about my cougar comments. I'm sorry, y'all.
Oh, so Tess is my my Perry name because everybody in the Perry household has like T names, like all the
Yeah.
kids.
Really?
So my name is Tess.
They should have called you Teller.
And then tell her to bring her butt over here and watch these kids. Tell her I need her to get here right
Okay,
now.
y'all, don't give
Tell
me
her-
ideas, please. I love Tess. Please don't.
Hey, it'd be like, hey,
Tell her
Teller,
we
come here.
love
Teller,
Tell her.
come here.
her.
Tell her now, go get them cats. Now they running out, acting outrageous. Pull them back in. Tell her.
That's it. Tell her I need some water.
Y'all are a mess, man. I
Hey,
can't.
man, it's all right, man. I
Oh man,
appreciate it.
so Stevie is gone.
Yeah,
Oh,
Steve had
no.
his internet had started acting up. He must ain't got no iPad for real.
Because he was using another. Oh,
There you
dang,
go.
he
There you
came
go.
back fast, boy.
hello.
Oh,
We
I
missed
think
it.
I think it was my webcam.
oh, it's
I
a
think it's my
webcam.
webcam tripping. Yeah.
And I thought you were using all Apple products over there, man.
Oh,
No, I got this hooked up to my home computer so that I could, do other things with my other
Oh.
devices. So
And he got like hey man, I'm telling you, I'm trying to be like Steve in the studio. Wait out by my house. Studio
I
be
know,
legit.
man. Jeez, I'm almost there. I
Don't you
wanna
can
get
see
my
you
car
using the
first.
cricket hotspot.
I'm seeing that. Not the cricket.
wait, let me get back to these comments. Cricket.
Y'all ain't gonna do them like that. Y'all
That's
ain't gonna do
Daryl.
them.
That's Daryl. Daryl made that comment.
Mm.
Oh snap!
Man, y'all
That's
crazy.
funny.
Cricket
Man.
coming up in the world. Don't do cricket like that. They coming up in the world.
They are coming
cricket,
up.
cricket ain't coming up nowhere.
Rubbing
but
their
from the
legs
pond it
together.
came out of.
It's just
Exactly.
like they used to do Metro PCS, Negro
Hey,
PCS
let me
for
tell
the
you
long.
something.
Oh,
They're
Metro
coming up
was
in the world.
Metro
Yeah,
was
man,
the plug for me.
Metro was the phone for me when I was in Atlanta, but when I went to Lancaster,
See, yeah.
I
ain't trying to get
I
stuck.
was on a landline.
You said
I-
I
like
tell
it.
people when
That's how
I
they
used to,
call-
when I used to leave Covington, I used to be like, "Hey, if y'all gonna have to wait about 90 minutes, and call
That's
me at 706-359." I can't tell you the other digits because that's my grandma's house.
Ah!
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? But I remember my grandma's phone number. I remember most of the phone numbers from back in the day.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Me too.
when I had that, I was in a bad place when I had Metro PCS. I was down.
We all were.
If you got Metro PCS, you was in the hole.
Yes.
And no person that got legitimate business and a life really on this.
Oh
Metro
my
PCS.
God.
On Metro.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Judgment.
if you got a good job, you got at least one of the big three. If you
Yeah.
on Metro, you barely making it. You one slice of bread from not having a sandwich.
Oh my gosh, not Tifton,
Terrible.
Georgia. Oh,
Oh, bro.
That's the country.
Hey,
Okay.
Oh
hey,
my
nah,
goodness.
Tipton ain't no country. Like Lincoln, come to Lincoln. Come to Lincoln, I dare you.
I haven't.
We got
but
one of
I've
everything.
passed through Tipton
We-
before.
We ain't got,
We got
one of
one of
everything.
everything.
We ain't got nothing but a hardest, a Milky Way freezer bar, phase chicken, Fergus
That's
Nat,
What?
What?
Ferguson.
Golden Pantry.
Nat.
We- Yeah,
Hey,
it's,
you don't
it's
know
supposed
that
to be
phone
Snack
number.
Shack. It's supposed to be. I do. 706-359-5131.
That's it. And they never changed the grease. They just
They
add
never
new grease
changed the
to it.
grease. That grease older than everybody that's been alive in Lincoln. That
They
chicken,
filter the
that
sediments
chicken
out the
fried
bottom, put
chicken,
the
that
grease.
chicken
Not him
fried
knowing the
slave
number.
That's
Hey,
it.
man,
But that
hey,
chick is the
so-
best
that
chicken
chicken
you'll
so
ever
good.
eat.
Son.
It's so good you remember that number. Boy, you can slap a homeless person in the face with that piece of chicken. He'll go get a job
That's
just so
it.
he can get another piece of chicken.
Oh, Jesus.
Unless
Please
people are
stop.
wondering, me and Darius from the same town, Lincoln's in Georgia.
Yeah, we from
Born
the
and
same.
raised
We
from the same town.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah,
about to be
yeah.
a great
It's
show,
about to be good.
man.
It's about to be good. So we're about to hit the intro. So we're going to see y'all at the other end of the bump. This is going to be great.
Hey man, what's up, everybody? It's your boy
Hey,
Darius J.
And I'm Stevie Neal.
And it's your girl Mela G.
with special guests.
hey, your boy Chef Ron here. What's up? What's up?
Hey, and this is,
Convrs8.
Conversation.
Let's talk about it.
you know what I'm saying? We official like a referee with a whistle. In there like two little swimwear. What's up, everybody? This conversation, we up here now. We
Let's
up here now.
go.
I forgot we got an official bump for our thing, man. I was like, man, we official, bro.
We official out here.
Yes.
We out here growing.
Brought to you by Melody.
Mela G, you know what I'm saying?
Spicing up things.
Never expiring, always aspiring. Mela
Yeah.
G. You hear me?
Good old
Be
Tess.
Yes.
Tell her. Oh,
Good
tell her.
old fella. Fella on the mountain. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, man.
Oh,
Let's
man.
get with it, man. How y'all living?
I'm well.
Mela G.
Mela G. Ah.
Oh, we're doing ladies first.
Oh
guess.
Ladies first, she
boy.
the only one on here.
So I'm just gonna let y'all know off top. I'm literally thriving off of 2 hours of sleep right now.
Thrive, the sweatshirt.
I know, right? This is actually designed by me. I
Oh.
actually partnered with Jazz and Live in Hope to design this for his brand.
Nice.
So, you know, a developing partnership. I guess I'm a part of his official design team.
Nice.
So we announced that like a week or two ago, but yeah. At first, it's a little backstory to it, but you
Yeah.
know, all in
Hey,
all,
let me get some Thrive draws.
Right.
Wow.
Dry.
okay,
Now,
Jazz. If
underwear.
you listen to this at another date, we gotta, you know, give the people what they want. But no, I think how am I living is I'm living well. I actually started. I mean, I decided to do a new style on my hair, as you guys can see here. Yes, my locks are still here. I did not cut my locks. They're braided over my locks. So I decided to braid my hair yesterday, and it was a I just know, like, in moving forward, if I ever do something like this again, I have to definitely schedule for it, because this took me over 12 hours to do, and I'm tired. I am tired, but it looks good. But I'm like, yeah, never again unless I actually plan for it. I can't. But I mean, I've been living well. I think the last 2 weeks, God has literally been pouring into me for my project that I'm getting ready to launch called Creatives United. So the Facebook and the Instagram platforms are out there, but I basically wanted to create a space where creatives and storytellers and content creators can come together. And I don't know, I feel like we're just running out of content here. Like, I think we're doing a lot of reruns or like series to movies that don't need series. And I want to be able to create a space where people could come together and tell their stories, and then they be created, and then those stories can actually be streamed to other platforms. So the missing pieces to the platform that I'm working on is just being able to partner with, independent and mainstream streaming platforms to be able to not only be able to create these platforms, not only create this content, but to be able to have them streamed on these platforms for them to make income. I don't think there's a lot of platforms out there for people to be able to like really make like real time income on the things that they create. Like, you put it out on YouTube, but you have to get so many views, for you to even make $1. So it's like, want to be able to kind of create a platform for people to come together, and like, your storytellers are not your typical storytellers. They're not like your people who went to college like myself, who has a master in creative writing, but like your local grocery store who has this amazing story to get to where he is now, and where he's aspiring to get, and those stories that needs to be captured. They don't have the film directors or the crew members to be able to piece these stories together. But it's like, hey, I'm giving you a platform to give you the opportunity to share that story and it be created into something that is watchable. So it's going to be filtered into something else, but that's something that I've been working on, and I'm excited to be able to launch it later this year, as it will be officially announced that I'll be the campus director of the Film and Media School in Atlantic City, that will first expand to Atlanta in the spring of 2022 or the fall of 2022. So there's a lot of big things happening, and I'm really, really excited. Number one, especially to come back to Atlanta more often. Because I miss you guys, and I'll be there more often. So I'm excited to continue to just expand this vision and be able to do what I love every day. So that's how I've been living.
Yeah, how you live, Chef Ron?
I'm living color. No, I've been living, man. I'm grateful to have one job instead of 30. Definitely been enjoying the ride. I think the last, starting back in September, October, just the whole celebrity chef thing, and then helping to open a restaurant that I've never done that before. So moving to that entity, like, it's been eye-opening, fun, a headache, and joy all in the same breath. People are hilarious, whether they have millions of dollars or just $1. People are hilarious. I've learned that. Don't believe the hype in the reality world. I'll put it that way. So just growing, building different relationships. I'm literally just getting back from recouping from food poisoning last weekend, so almost died. So this almost didn't happen. So yeah. So I had kidney failure, 6 blood clots, and was sitting somewhere on the table holding on for life. But I made it through, pushed through, got out of the hospital on Tuesday night. So we are here. But yeah, building Southern Class Events. I'm now actually in the process of looking at retail spaces to open my own spot. Everybody's like, do a food truck, I said, why not do both? Have a retail space to work out of, have crew in my retail space, and have crew on a truck. That way I can get all of them. But yeah, we are looking at retail spaces, me and the wife. So Working
Hey.
one job now, so I can spend time doing that. And I'm just investing in Ron. This weekend, not this weekend, when I was in the hospital, this past weekend, let me know that I have to invest in me.
Yep.
I have to invest in us, which I made the decision to do so. But that situation definitely put the stamp on it. Like, you know what? Ain't nothing else. These people making their money. And they're doing what they need to do for them. So I'm going to do what Ron needs to do for Ron and his family. So that's where we at.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a lot. We're going to definitely get into that.
We're going to get back on that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In that, like crevices. Yeah. But how you living, Stephen Neal?
Well, I've been living good. Just yesterday, we celebrated Brianna Dorellis. It was her birthday. And we celebrated by, you're able to rent out a movie theater, right? Nowadays. So what you're able to do also is kind of bring in your own media and project it onto the screen. So Chris, who's also, both of them have been on the show before, was able to project the Unplugged Lauryn Hill concert because Brie had never seen it. She had heard the album, but she had never seen the concert. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. So we kind of had a concert vibe, there. And watching the concert really made me think. It was just like, this Unplugged was probably had as much impact, if not more impact, than Miseducation. You know what I mean? Just the content, her just kind of sharing herself and, just her process after being a big studio star and just how she just couldn't really adjust to it. You know what I mean? And I mean, she kind of wrote things on the wall that we later saw, play out, you know what I mean? Like, so that was interesting. And then I was just like, can you imagine if you were there at that concert? Like, it was a real intimate venue, a real unplugged situation. Can you imagine if you were like one of those, like maybe 50 or 100 people total that were there?
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah.
So yeah, just a nice, relaxed situation this weekend. This week, I take my second shot. So I got my first shot at the end of March for Pfizer for the COVID-19 vaccine. The stadium has kind of opened it up. Mercedes-Benz Stadium has opened up that effort. You're in and out in like 20 minutes tops, really. Like, they have so many people giving vaccines there. So going for my second shot on Wednesday. So yeah, man. So after a week after that, I'll be fully immunized. So that's what's going on. And then I'm taking 2 days off afterwards because I heard that second shot is a doozy. So
a lot of side effects.
Right. So I'm taking 2 days. Like, I'm going to work, then take the shot. And then Thursday, Friday, I'm off. I'm just like, I'm going to get a long weekend on, just to recover. So that's what I got going on.
That's what's up.
So what you got going on? How you living there, EJ?
Living pretty good. You know what I'm saying? This past week, I went on ahead and got that first phase of Pfizer.
That sounds like a song.
It was straight. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, up here in the luxury class of North Fulton, I ain't even wait 5 minutes.
Bruh.
I just walked into a Walgreens like, what's up, everybody? I had my appointment. Hey, sit down. I talked to my wife a little bit, and then she went back and got hers, and as soon as she got hers, I went back and got mine. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even bothering me. It just had my arm a little sore the next day, but that was it. You know what I mean? Walked off like a G. Then went to work the next morning, and then what's them people name? Cherokee County Police.
Oh boy.
they pull me over almost quarterly. Ever since I've been taking that route to work, it's like they just know I'm coming. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like, you know what? It's time. And then they pull me over for what you call that thing? A tag light.
Oh yeah,
Tag light.
that was on.
That was on. It was a well lit tag light. You know what I'm saying? And most cars don't have tag lights. That's why I was just like, how is that a law? You know what I'm saying? Like, how is that something you can give me a ticket for a tag
Just
light?
trying to find a reason.
And it always be funny with the things that they put me on, because I don't never be speeding, because I be cruising. It's 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Ain't nobody out on the road but me and some underlings. You know what I'm saying? Pull over the car with 5 people in the car. Pull that car over. Don't pull me over. I ain't doing nothing going to work. But, he can't. What was funny was I saw the police at the gas station, because I stopped at the gas station to get some hot water for my tea. I saw him, and I left. I pulled out, rolled up the road a little bit, and I seen him on rear view. I was like, here he come. You know what I'm saying? Then he pulled up beside me, and then he retreated back, and then he pulled me over, and I was just like, all right. And he was just like, you know why I pulled you over? I was like, nah, it can't be speed. You know what I'm saying? And he was just like, well, you got a poorly lit tag light. I said, poorly lit? I like, how can a tag, and why is that a thing?
He wasn't wearing his glasses, basically.
Exactly. And what the funny part was, he didn't even get in this car. He just took my license, walked to his hood, got on the radio a little bit, act like he was doing something, because I don't even think he was talking to nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm looking at my side view mirror, and I'm just like, I don't even think that joker talking to nobody for real. You know what I'm saying? And he came back, well, hey, sometimes, your light is lit, you know what I'm saying? But it just seems like it might be a faulty light. And I'm just like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, I ain't gonna give you a ticket now, but you know what I'm saying? Just be safe and looking and getting that tag light fixed. You know what I'm saying? It's always something with them. You know what I'm saying? I never not had a problem with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just get pulled over no matter what vehicle I'm in. I get pulled over. You know what I'm saying? I just be like, hey, I guess, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I guess I look like I ain't up no good, but most time I have a pleasant look on my face, because if you're a 6 feet tall, 400-pound black man, you're supposed to look pleasant, you know what I'm saying? You walk around intimidating. I see people in stores, I smile at them. I'm like, I ain't gonna kill you. I'm a nice guy. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to, for real. You know what I'm saying?
Really
like,
do.
that's the reality of being black sometimes. You can't even walk around and be upset.
It's a shame. You can't walk around and be yourself.
Can't be yourself. I just can't have a melancholy day. I got to walk in and be like, hey, my mama just died. Smile. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. It's just weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, I keep telling people, man, it's just a weird thing. And people think you making it up, but I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't happen to me so many times that you lose count. You know what I'm saying? I'm 37 years old. This ain't the first time. Probably ain't gonna be the last time I have kids. I'm gonna have to introduce, baptize them into their first time. Like, I know, son, you want to knock your head loose, but if you raise your hand too fast, they'll say you got a gun and you shot 15 times. Or how many other bullets they got. If it's 4 of them, you might be shot 36 times, or 48 times. But yeah, that's a reality. But other than that, you know what I'm saying, I got to work safe. You know what I'm saying? Been chilling, you know what I'm saying? Getting ready to start back up summer semester of school. And yeah, man, reading, learning, growing and evolving. That's kind of like been the theme of these past few months. We have been in 2021. You know what I'm saying? Getting more in touch with me. You know what I'm saying? Giving more of myself to people. And I don't know. Like, even like something my wife, she told me, she was like, she like, when I'm serving, she said, you seen yourself when you serving. And you know what I'm saying? She was just like, most time when you helping, you strive to help people, you know what I'm saying? And I just like, I don't notice. I just be out here working, you know what I'm saying? it ain't that big of a deal. But you know, when she say I tap into my servitude and helping people and talking to people and giving myself to people, she said that's when I'm the most happiest. I feel that. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like all our lives are meant to serve. If you ain't trying to serve nobody, you ain't gonna never achieve any kind of success in this world.
Yeah.
Very much
Because
true.
you know what I'm saying, you gotta serve somebody other than yourself. Because if you're just a self-serving person, you ain't gonna get no further than your toes. And
That's real.
yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how I've been living, man. And just trying to keep giving that, being that, and you know, yeah, man. That's it.
All right, all
Cool.
right. That's it. That's it. So now that we're all living how we're living, we're gonna get on with the show. So first topic is something that it's been in the atmosphere for a little bit, but we haven't talked about it. So we're gonna talk about it. It is this Little Nas X latest controversy, because this is what this dude does. This is what this dude does. This controversy. Like, even when he first came out with Old Town Road, there was all kinds of controversy with that. Is it a country song? Is it this? Is it that?
Yeah.
And then, of course, because of where he stands in his, his sexual orientation, or where he professes to be. So now you lump that in with this latest controversy with Montero. Okay. So we're gonna talk about that. So this man here.
Hey.
Just to kind of bring it in with the visual. So came out with a video that basically puts out there his kind of internal struggle with his life and his beliefs and the static that he has experienced. And it was an interesting video, guys. What's your thoughts? We're gonna go around and get into that at first, and then there's other aspects to dive into.
Who want to start first?
I got this one first. I'll take it.
Let's go.
No,
I heard it, saw the video, heard it before the video came out. And then you look at the intro commentary of it, and I understand why he did it. Like I said, we all got dirt in our closets, and mine ain't too clean itself. So it's one of those things where it's like, I get why dude did what he did, because he's gay, he's black, and by him being a black gay man, in our community, as black people, the whole stereotype or the shun of it all. And so everybody's like, oh, you're gay, you're going to hell, da 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 da. So he says, you know what? If I'm going to hell, I'm gonna do it on a stripper pole and give Satan a lap dance. Not saying I agree. I'm just saying that's his mindset. Like, you know what? If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it with a bang. And y'all want to sit up here and judge me, but we all have our flaws. And so he was like, look, I'm not gonna be hiding anymore. I'm not gonna sit back and not be who I am. That's why in the front of the video it says we all have this place in our minds and in our lives where we push our true selves to the back because of what society says. And so his whole mantra or mindset is, you know what? I'm done with society. If you like it, you're gonna rock with me. If you don't, I don't care. So yeah.
That's real. I think to kind of like add to that too is first of all, I didn't watch the video for a lot of different reasons. I really don't care about it. Like I didn't want to watch it for a lot of different reasons, but one, I'm just like I'm not really a Little Nas X fan, so I wasn't really watching it. But my sister is, so I think there's two parts. It's like, okay, her parents are like always just monitoring what she's listening to. But then two, I think what the interesting conversation for me was, I think, Steven's going to kind of get more into the shoe part of it, which I have to add to that as well. But I think one of the biggest things is just, it's like an ongoing conversation that's always been present between Christians and the gay community, and the way that, they are talked about. Because at the end of the day, they're humans, right? We all sin, we all fall short, we're not perfect. So, we all sin. you know, and I think there's just some sin that is more prevalent than others, that are more out there than others. But it's sin is sin. It's not like levels to it. God sees it all the same. And I think the biggest thing is that, me as a Christian who claims to be a Christian, who claims to be a follower of Christ, is that I still strive to love the person. I think that looks different because I don't know Little Nas X personally. I don't have a personal relationship where I can reach out to him like, hey bro, like, what's really going on? What's really underneath there? What is it that you haven't yet to unpack, to heal from? Like, what was your experiences that kind of led you to this decision? And kind of, walk through him, or, direct him to someone that he can talk to walk through that. Because I'm sure it probably was a traumatic experience or whatever the case may be. But I think the biggest thing is that, I feel like the ongoing conflict between the Christian community and just the gay community is just like this lack of support. And it's like, okay, I don't support your lifestyle because it clearly says in the Bible that it's a sin, but I'm not going to, I'm not going to like just dismiss the whole entire fact that you're still human and that you have an opportunity to be loved. And I think that's the biggest thing. It's just like, I don't agree, I don't agree with what he's doing, but that doesn't mean that he doesn't have an opportunity to still know and love God in the way that, he can, relate to. So I think that's just like my ongoing, like, okay, I think just with anything, politics, with, rappers, with people who clearly I feel like they're just clearly out there worshiping the devil. It's just like, okay, well, Jesus died for all, and I try to see from that lens. Sometimes it's very difficult, but it's like Jesus died to give the opportunity for everybody to have a chance to know him. And I try to like look through that lens as opposed to my sometimes critical lens as well. But yeah, I mean, I feel like that's all I really have to add to the conversation, because I haven't really like listened to the video. I've heard the song outside of the video, but I think when people were describing the video, it's like, I don't think I want that I don't want to see that. I don't want to see all those visuals, because I'm just a very visual person and I have very like interactive dreams, and I just didn't want to put myself in that space. But yeah.
All right, I'll go ahead. I feel like and see, this is the thing that like I be tripping on with, like, when we say Christians and we try to level everything against things that we claim, it's said in the Bible, because some of the stuff is not clearly said. Just like the whole homosexuality thing, it's not clearly said. It's said in context of a certain situation that was going on in the Old Testament. But it didn't say like, it's an abomination. They said that, but it was talking about in context of something that was going on. But just like any other sin, it ain't the worst sin.
Yep.
All sin is bad, period.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? If you're going to weigh one against the other one, now one of them ain't got no heavier weight than the other one. You know what I'm saying? Just like with the video, cool, cool visualization of the video. You know what I'm saying? Is that something that I feel like I want to see? Nah, ain't nothing I want to see. But, you know what I'm saying? The dude got his ways of expressing things, and I don't see so many different ways of things being expressed that we now let happen, because it's like, wait, we all got to see WAP, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. And you know what I'm saying, when we weigh things and we try to make things right, but sometimes you just gotta say, hey man, it is what it is. The people believe what they believe. I don't know, you know what I'm saying, what that weight against God, you know what I'm saying, against God or anything like that. Because just like I tell people, we claim to know what God thinks, but nobody on this planet can tell me exactly what God thinks. Because guess what? You don't have no dialogue with God. God does not answer you or talk to you, so don't be so haughty to say that you know exactly what God is thinking. We know what the word says, you know what I'm saying? But We never know. God may let everybody in, or some people in, or some people that you think ain't gonna make it to heaven may make it in. You know what I'm saying? Because just like my grandma said, if you think, God will show you. You know what I'm saying? And don't claim to know that you know exactly what's going on with God, because then you'll make a fool of yourself.
Yeah.
And the shoe thing, it's cool. I was like, it ain't my cup of tea. And plus, it ain't a Nike thing. I know a lot of people are like, oh, Nike doing this. No, it's somebody that creates shoes. You know what I'm saying? That he does. He takes shoes that people make and make them the way he want to make them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He was in the suit, not Little Nas X either. You know what I'm saying? Little Nas X, on the shoe side of the game, he was just like, hey, if you want to put me in it, you know what I'm saying? They go hand in hand. All them jokers got 1 million+ clicks. Even the shoe creator guy. It directed you to go even search. That's just like they say, everything works for the people that want it. They want to work for, and it worked for Little Nas X, and it worked for what is MSCHF or whatever.
I guess mischief. You just say it mischief.
Yeah. So it worked. You know what I'm saying? They did exactly what they wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? They got everybody to pay attention to it, got all us to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So it worked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That man got more notoriety because a few weeks before he was talking about putting out the Jesus 97s. You know, Air Max 97s. You know what I'm saying? And nobody, you know what I'm saying, had anything to say against that. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's life, man. We all out here trying to figure things out. We trying to live the best we can morally. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to be the best disciples we can be. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, I just feel like that man got some things that he's dealing with. Yeah. And that's just it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, we like to pour gasoline on fires more than we like to put them out.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the biggest problem. You know
right.
Like,
and then obviously he's working through some things as far as being persecuted and accepted. But I remember we were talking about the whole Carry On and Kirk Franklin thing. Yeah. And just turmoil and just dealing with whatever is Carry On's dealing with.
Yeah.
So it came out like during this controversy that, you know, his dad, while he didn't like fully agree with the video per se, was was just like, hey, my son's doing his thing. Yeah, I got through it. It was a creative video. I got through it. Proud of you. But so just kind of throwing that support in there, it's kind of like Darius was talking about, was important, is important to the journey. Like Mello was touching on, like everybody was touching on, is like, it's real important to this type of situation. And I just like to say, certain subject matter, you're going to draw this type of attention. When you're talking about, you know, going to hell and such overt imagery in a music video, you're gonna draw some controversy. Diddy and Nas hanging themselves on crosses, basically. Yeah, you're gonna draw controversy. Ozzy Osbourne biting the head off a dove, you're gonna cause controversy. You know what I mean? And people don't soon forget it. So then it's just a matter of just dealing with that traffic of criticism and attention once you do something like that. So it's not anything entirely new as far as using this kind of imagery in music. Yeah. And just bridging over into the shoe thing, this was the shoe right here. So there were 666 of them made. Okay. Very intentional imagery there. The air bubble actually it's a mixture of red dye and a drop of human blood. That's how it was marketed. Like there's a drop of human blood in that dye there.
Somebody gonna catch AIDS from their feet.
You know, I mean, and then it has Luke 10:18 printed on there, and of course that is when in the Bible, Lucifer getting kicked out of heaven. So,
hey man, I wonder how God kicked Lucifer out of heaven. Like, did he grab him by the throat and throw him out the sky? Like, cause every time I think about that, I that TikTok meme, like, hey, if you don't come back, if I come back there and you ain't got your mask on, I'm gonna slap the mess out you and toss you out of the sky. Every time I read that verse, I think about that, man.
Oh my gosh,
bruh.
I be like, hey man, like, or did he like 2 foot kick him like a WWE wrestler or something? Like, did he just? I don't know. I just want to know, man.
Question for God.
Hey, I'm telling you,
when you get there.
I get up there, I'm be like, all right, just go ahead and tell me where I'm going.
And so, just an update with that this week, because the Mischief put out 666 of these shoes, sold them for $1,018 to coincide with the $1,018 exactly. $1,018 exactly.
Ain't nowhere I had them shoes, but
and it sold out.
They sold out.
They sold out. So,
yeah.
So Nike put forth a suit. They were just like, this is representation that we don't want, and we don't like this. So it was settled on Thursday that there would be a settlement and there will be a buyback program. So if anybody of the 666 customers that bought the shoe want to return them, that will be put in place to do so.
I wouldn't even do it.
And then if there's any complaints officially, they go to Mischief and not Nike in any way. So if it's anything product defective or some of that stuff leaks out, the air bubble, you know what I'm saying?
It's a hazardous spill, bro. Like you got to go get a hazmat kit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because there's a drop of blood in there. There's a drop of blood.
You don't know if that person got that heel. You know what I'm saying?
With COVID going around, why is there human blood in there anyway?
What human out there just said, hey, you can take a paint of my blood and just do a drops in this shoe? It's a dude that had a needle and he was just like, blip, blip, a drop.
I cannot, man.
And got them AIDS 11s.
What? So that's put in place. So people who want their money back will get it, and people who can complain, they won't sue Nike. So it's all good.
It's just gonna make the stock of the shoes go up, because I guarantee there's a Satanist out there moonwalking in them shoes. Like, look at these.
But just do the math on $1,018 being sold 666 times.
That's crazy.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. Mischief just made a lot of bread.
It's a lot of money.
Sheesh.
And I guarantee ain't nobody turning them shoes in, because if they spent that money, they ain't finna.
They're not giving them shoes.
Them shoes, they might
$1,018.
Hey man, and by about 10 years, they probably gonna throw them shoes back up on the net.
Yes,
and they're gonna be worth hundreds of thousands.
Yeah.
People didn't even give up their Note 8s when they were blowing people's legs off.
Bruh, I was the last one. They basically told me, like, you can't go on vacation with that phone.
Right, like, we're not letting you on with that.
We ain't letting you on with that. You got an explosive device in your pocket. But that was the best phone I ever had. I was so sad when I had to let go of that phone. I was just like, man, for real, it don't bother me. It don't overheat.
Nah, dog.
I love that pencil.
Oh my goodness.
All right. So that's the Little Nas X. That's what we got. So now we have a very in-depth report here. Okay. On a classic cereal. Bear with us. You're going to love that you stayed on at this point. Oh man. So apparently there was a batch of Cinnamon Toast Crunch that came to one Jason Karp.
Yes.
And he tweeted that there was a shrimp tail
in his cereal.
In his sealed bag of Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Hey, man. He should have ate it. He might have became an X-Man.
Oh my gosh.
So we're going to talk about this because we've had some in-depth reporting and research being done on this by our own Mela G. She's going to head up this investigation, and we're going to just supplement the report. So take it away, Mela G. Let us in on this.
So yeah, actually this was brought to my attention by a near and dear friend because it's his favorite cereal. My favorite cereal is Frosted Flakes, by the way. I'm just gonna put that out there.
You old. You a cougar for real.
Stop.
Oh no.
That cougar cereal right there.
No.
Go ahead,
You know what?
baby. Go ahead.
I'm just out here trying to please the Lord, okay?
Cougaring.
Stop it. No, I think what was very interesting because he had a whole Twitter thread of this whole investigation. And so basically the guy, he found these, shrimp tails in the bottom of his bag, and so he tweets it out, and basically Cinnamon Toast Crunch, tweets him back and says like, "Oh no, those are not shrimp tails."
Right.
And then they basically was, like, well, we'll like you send in the shrimp tail so we can investigate, and then we'll send you like a new box. So they were trying to like give him like this year's supply of like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. This guy was like, no, he was like, I'll send you in one shrimp tail and I'm gonna keep the other one just in case you try to come out to the public and basically say like, oh, this was a misunderstanding, like this is not shrimp tails, blah blah blah, because like it went further. Like there was actually, like different companies who do lab tests on like animals and like sea animals, was like basically like, hey, send your shrimp tail to us so that we can kind of like do lab tests on it to make sure that it's actually something that that lives in the sea. Like there was people literally like offer him free lab tests to like test these different particles that he found. But basically what Cinnamon Toast Crunch said is like, oh, sometimes like we have like these clumps of sugar that's found and in the bottom of the bag that's black. So they basically was passing off these shrimp tails that this man found as lumps of sugar. And as you can see in the picture, it's clearly a shrimp tail covered in cinnamon. So
somebody would eat some shrimps at the factory, at General Mills factory. There's somebody out there with a 12-piece, a pound of shrimp over there in the frosted mix, and he was just like tearing them up. And then he was like, oh snap, God, I dropped the sack of tails in that law. It'll be all right. Put some sugar on it. They won't even notice.
What was so funny though is like, I don't know. I feel like at some point it just really got out of hand because he was just showing like this bag that was taped up that originally came to him. Like there was like this bag that came to him and it was taped up at the bottom. I feel like he taped it up personally.
Yeah, he did.
But but I do with the shrimp thing, I feel like there's some truth to it because like
some sugar on them shrimp tails.
Not only did he find the shrimp tails, but there was like these black like feces type looking particles that was found in the bottom of the bag as well. Because I feel like when you get to the end of the bag, especially like with Frosted Flakes, there's a lot of like this powdered like sugar. It's like a mixture. I love that part of the cereal, but now it's like with Cinnamon Toast Crunch, I can't really thoroughly enjoy that anymore because it's just like, am I going to find shrimp tail and feces in my bag? It's just I don't know.
Hey man, let me tell you something. That might have been a Teenage Mutant Cockroach shrimp in the bag because only roaches can survive that. He left his tail and some boo-boo in the Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh no!
Man, that man missed out on chance to be an X-Man, man. He could have been an X-Man, and he could have been on lived his life climbing walls. And the only thing that could kill him is rage. He would have died quick because he had to came to my house in the face. Like, oh, you out of here, bro.
Wow.
But Chef Ron, like, this is a food folly that probably hits you near and dear. Like, what do you think about this whole situation before I get deeper into the layers of this?
Oh, the layers are crazy because it flashes back to when I first got my first job at McDonald's. And the lady decided she wanted not at McDonald's, but it was a big scandal going around about a lady finding a finger in her chili from years ago. And so it was like, so you found a finger in your chili from Wendy's? Like, everybody knew it was like, you didn't find a finger. Come on.
She probably went to somewhere and got that finger.
Yeah, it was fake. It was a fake finger. But that was years ago. I was like 15, 16 years old. But with the whole Cinnamon Toast Crunch thing, some of these factories actually allow other people in their factories to produce product, smaller companies. So there's some cross-contamination that probably happened. Because we always tell people, you think ground beef actually happens at a beef farm? No, sometimes it happens at a chicken farm.
Yes, so, that's facts. That's facts. I see that.
Yeah. So sometimes this stuff happens, and could have possibly been cross contamination. Now that is a shrimp tail. Now whether he planted it himself or it was actually put in there by the company, it's a catch-22. So I do think it's a possibility of that actually happening because you do have these huge factories. And yes, it may say General Mills on the outside, but there could be another company in there.
Hey man, Taste of the Sea might be in there, man. Because you know what I'm saying, Taste of the Sea, that's one of them supermarket companies and stuff like that. Those are little seafood packs with little fried shrimp in them. You know what I'm saying? With the tails off of them, they might have been over there transporting Cinnamon Toast Crunch side by side. They bumped into each other. Shrimp tails fell over in there with some boo-boo on them. You know what I'm saying?
Why are we going back to Boo Boo? Why?
Because the Boo Boo was in the bag. He had some rats in that bag. So like a rat got so mad because he couldn't get no Cinnamon Toast Crunch before the bag closed. He pooped in the bags.
You know what I'm
saying?
So is it like this is like a situation where, you know, it says on the box, this is like prepared around seafood. So this is literally what it is, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like people with seafood allergies, beware. There's other seafood components in like other parts of the factory. So you may not be in the clear from this. So this is literally
just like with sugar smacks and roaches in them. Like if you lived in the hood, like if you lived in the hood, boy,
oh my God,
you roaches in your house, you poked them smacks with fear. You know what I'm saying? Because you were looking in that bowl, you were like, Lord, please, just don't let no roach in my mouth, please, Jesus. Let them escape my eyes for I not see. Because I don't want no roach in my mouth. Because I'm telling you, that used to be, I remember what, man, if it puts my eye. But man, I remember I visited my
oh my God.
I'm afraid.
I ain't gonna get the details back.
Let it go.
That's my daddy, you know what I'm saying? But I remember I pulled them smacks out that box. It was more roaches than smacks. Let me just tell you that. I got scared. I threw the box and took off running because I was like, Lord, have mercy. You never seen them.
Just imagine Darian throwing a box and running.
Ain't smack since. You feel me?
I've never ate smacks in my life.
I used to like them. And little crunchy little rice with some syrup on the top. Cause that ain't nothing but syrup on them things. They just put some syrup on them, cook them in the oven, and put them back in the box.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Cause it don't taste like nothing but pancake syrup.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. That was it. Yeah.
I think the funniest thing about this whole fiasco was the fact of how just Cinnamon Toast Crunch was like privately messaging this guy on Twitter. Like,
money.
Literally was like, okay, send them in, and then they were accusing him for being unwilling to send in the shrimp tails for investigation, and they were telling him to turn it into his local law enforcement. And the guy was like, so I'm just supposed to walk in the police department and say, hey, I got the shrimp tails here for
holding up a little zip baggie. Like, I got the shrimp tails. They be like, oh, hold up, don't drop that. Don't drop it.
This thing gets weirder and weirder the closer you look at it, because there's another interesting wrinkle, okay, that I stumbled upon. I don't know if you did, but we're going to hash this out right now.
Yeah.
So the guy Jason Karp, if he doesn't sound familiar to you, he is the husband of someone pretty famous.
Oh, Topanga.
That's right. You
Not
recognize her in this.
Topanga.
Yes, right. So yes, Jason Karp and Danielle Fishel
are
married. So this is them in the past.
Wow.
We're in the business.
Dang.
But yes, that adds a whole other wrinkle because this is played out on
I
Twitter.
didn't know that.
Right.
Man, that Topanga, she married
Boy Meets
knockoff
World,
Boy Meets World, because he looked like him grown up now with little hair. Yeah, she went on ahead and married that dude. Dang,
but
man.
yes, so that is an interesting because this is played out on Twitter. He has a high profile, so and it seemed like Twitter turned on him pretty quickly.
Yeah,
on this whole thing, like they just didn't believe him. Like he had planted the tails, and like you said, Mello, there was some taping.
What Topanga say?
I don't know. I don't know if she's made a statement.
But see, they were also like saying they were gonna send FedEx out to his house to pick up the packaging, pick up the cereal where he found the shrimp tails, and he had to like stay at his house between a 2 and 3 hour window.
Wow.
So it's like, so you want me to stay between 2 and 5 so that FedEx can come over there and pick up a package that y'all basically gonna come out and say, oh no, well, you know, after all the lab tests that we've done, we have concluded that it was not shrimp tails, it was just a clump of sugar and we saw the pictures. It's clearly shrimp.
This sounds like a drug test or something. Like this is crazy. This is insane. Like
I don't get it.
It's more headache than anything else. It's like I would just post and be like, child, and left it at that. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Y'all got shrimp in your box.
He didn't stop eating them cereals.
Yeah, he sure did. He probably scooted them out. Wait,
he literally put notes on the sticky notes on the cereal boxes like do not eat, like to remind himself not to eat the box of cereal.
Yeah.
But
rats boo-booing in this cereal. That might be that his house nasty. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
But the shrimp though, how do you explain the shrimp tails?
And roaches might have got through eating them shrimps and that they had laying around out in the house and just dropped them off.
Man.
That's just like, I don't even like that dude anyway. Cloop, cloop. Do some shrimp tails and kept on walking. Took a dump in the box and kept walking.
I am done.
I mean, I know there was like some earlier like hypothesis, like there was like the cinnamon had like formed into a hard crust or something that formed this that's the craziest thing I heard, like justification for this. Like
exactly. And they tweeted that and replied to him publicly, and everybody was just like, no, this is clearly a shrimp tail. Like it's not even you can't even. It's too transparent to be a clump of black.
Yeah. Like, that'd be a whole lot thicker if it was like a clump of like that to form something like that. That'd be crazy too.
Exactly.
That takes time. If you're producing a lot of cereal, you don't have just clumps of sugar just sitting
hanging out.
Exactly.
Like that takes time for sugar to even clump. Even wet sugar don't clump that fast.
And I'm
So-
trying to tell you, you
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like, hey man, the people probably nasty ain't cleaned up in General Mills in a long time.
I'm just
So
Wow.
if y'all
messing
out
with
there,
those
if
kind
y'all
of
out there eating that General Mill cornflake, man, y'all might got rat, cockroach, and shrimp droppings in your cereal.
wow.
It comes back
That's
to that,
terrible.
doesn't it, Darius?
Thank you.
It's terrible.
Yeah. Boo
Well, I'm not
boo
eating
in
that
your cereal.
anymore.
So
Y'all
cinnamon toast
got
crunch.
reverse R. Kelly in your box.
Shut on up.
I am done.
on
Where does Steve go?
You know what I'm
I
saying?
just feel like we just running Steve out of here, man.
Hey
Like,
man, it is what it is. My internet working now. I'm in here.
what is going on? Welcome back.
yeah. only on Convrs8.
That's your brother,
Hey, man.
man.
Sublime
That is your brother.
donuts is delicious.
Darius, I've not said this in a while, but we are going to lose our family rating. They're going to uncheck us. They're going to uncheck that little box that says
They're gonna be
family
like,
friendly.
Y'all are clean. Okay.
I am.
Okay.
I'm warning the masses. I'm trying to save families. Do you want little Timmy eating boo-boo in his cinnamon toast crunch?
They're going to gray out that whole thing that says clean. Like, we're not going to be able to check it anymore.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey,
Wow.
I'm trying to make sure children ain't out here getting R. Kelly in their cereal.
Put the R. Kelly in the cereal.
Yeah. R. Kelly boo-boo drops.
He don't be in the cereal. He hold the cereal, but only for little girls. That's all. Only for little girls. He don't.
Sorry, Sublime Donuts. I just happen to be wearing this hat. Like,
Hey, no.
Please don't associate.
Hey,
Yeah.
Sublime Donuts is great.
I'm gonna take this
Oh,
off.
those are dope.
Yeah, I love Sublime Donuts. Go to the Georgia Tech location or the one off North Druid Hills.
The Perrys used to sell them in Atlanta for
Hey,
one
man,
of
the
the
parents
little.
sell everything.
Yo,
They sell,
like, but
they
they were
sell ice cream.
so good.
They sell Sublime
Ugh.
Donut. Yeah, like I
Them
like
King
strawberries and cream donut. Well, it's like a little sandwich. You know what I'm saying? And I like the Butterfinger one. I like the 8-time Boston cream joint.
I've never been there.
I want
It's
to
black
so
owned,
bad
too.
now.
It's
Yes,
Black
it
owned
is.
too.
Oh, that's all you gotta tell me. I'm there.
Yeah, it's
You
really
know
good.
where you used to live at off of North Druid Hills?
Yeah.
You know where that tin drum at? That little shop center with a tin drum at? It's right there. It's right beside the tin drum, I think.
They got
Her-
one with like bacon on it, right?
Her.
Bruh, man, that bacon on fire. Yeah, I'm telling you
All
that
I
right
need
now.
to know is that it's black on.
Yeah, it's black
Thank you for
on.
letting me know.
It's so good.
And I
even
like
if
the
they got rude
raspberry
service,
filled
I'm
myself.
still gonna support them if they
Raspberry
have rude
filled.
service.
Yeah. Nah, they
Oh, yeah.
cool. They cool. I ain't never
Good.
went in there and had bag service. And then I
Oh,
like
yeah,
the little
they're
ice
good.
cream salmon donut too.
Oh, King Pops.
King of Pops.
King of Pops.
Yeah.
King of Pops
Those-
was
Oh
good.
yeah, they're amazing.
Yeah.
They're good. They're so
Yeah, I
good.
like chocolate sea salt's my favorite.
Yeah.
Oh, me too. I
King
don't
of
like
Pops.
chocolate like that, but that's the only chocolate thing I like.
King of Pops, they touch you in your special place.
I eat
Super.
R. Kelly.
In your special place.
God,
Michael Jackson.
I promise you, this is a family channel.
just go ahead and
Release the Kraken.
Oh my gosh, yo.
let me just unwrinkle my head a bit. I'm wearing the
You be all right. You be all right.
Hey man, you got a nice, clean, you know what I'm saying, fresh bald head, man. You look
Yep.
good. I think I'm gonna have to cut my hair off my head in order to grow a real beard.
I'm gonna have to just do
No,
this.
you won't.
There you go.
You will not.
You're gonna cut your hair to grow your beard.
I'm gonna attach it
Because
to
the
my
hair
face.
redirect itself to the beard.
Yeah, I'm gonna attach it to my face.
Wow. Well, I didn't start growing a beard till I shaved my hair. So I mean, I
See that?
kinda
That's what I'm
relate.
saying. Everybody say that. They was like, "Hey, I ain't really grow a beard till I shave my hair." So I don't think.
I'm really not trying to do that. So
Nah, I ain't.
We don't need you
Nah,
growing a beard anyway.
Hey, you go up there if you want to.
Hey, listen, there's some women out here that's growing beards and they're rocking it.
It's called peach fuzz. It's called peach fuzz. It ain't no beard.
I don't see some ladies out here. It
With
was
a full beard, like
full
like
beard over there in England. You got a full
Oh yeah,
beard.
she had a full beard.
Oh,
She was going to the barber shop and getting that thing hooked up.
Yeah, man. Like, man. Well, kissing that right there. You know, I ain't got nothing against it.
But speaking of the supreme beard, we have Chef Ron here.
Yeah. He on to the interview portion of the thing. He tired of right now.
That's right. We finally have him here in studio. This has been in the works for a while, so I had to finally get it in.
He was out there working like 7 Hebrew slaves.
That's right. So we're going to interview Chef Ron. So first of all, just if you're here right now, share the broadcast because we're about to get into this interview with Chef Ron. He's got a lot of things to say. Like he said at the top, he's got a lot of stuff coming down the pipe, some things that he's experienced that he's about to share with us. So share the broadcast.
Yeah.
If you
do
listen,
at least that.
If you're listening right now, audio-wise, then you're in the right place. But then share it as well.
Share it as well. We on iTunes, Spotify, Google Cast, all the casts. We don't need some stuff I ain't even never heard of before.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just share us with your family and friends. I promise you. I don't act like this all the time.
We're a pretty big deal.
That's a lie.
Yeah.
And yes,
all the way lie. And I'd have known them for over 30 years.
That's right. That's right. So now we're going to get into the interview. So your thing is cooking, but you do it in so many different ways. So how did you first get into it? We'll start at the beginning. Like, when did you first realize that you could cook for people and it's good? You know what I mean? Like, what was your first situation you put it in?
Oh yeah, because some people can't mass cook. They can make they can make enough for them and they boo.
Yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got.
I think for me, it started growing up. I grew up in Lincoln, Georgia, Lincoln County. Shout out, love y'all. But my aunt / grandmother, she was my aunt. She became my grandmother. Long story on another day. But she would always cook. We always had people at the house, family gatherings, that kind of stuff. But for me, food was always that window of breaking the ice for anything. When you're happy, you eat. When you're sad, you eat. To celebrate, we eat. To mourn, we eat. And so for me, it was always, I want to be a part of people's lives. And for me, it was food. And even within it, like, you get to create so much. And when I knew I could do it on the big scale before without having to kill people, I don't remember. I think it's just always been in me to create. You get to test out different stuff. You learn how to make certain stuff that you wouldn't think go together. And so for me, it started back home, Lincoln, Georgia, and just being there, watching Mom cook, and I loved it. So yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? On the cooking side of the game, what are some things that who is a person that you would love to prepare a meal for? Let me ask you that.
So the dream, even when I was in high school, took econ from Miss Bill. One of Miss Bill or her husband did baseball. Darius, you remember? She did econ class.
Talking about Coach Bill?
Coach Bill wife.
Miss Bill.
Yeah, Miss Bill. Yeah, she taught econ.
She looked like the husband.
She was cool.
If you're from Lincoln, you know I ain't lying.
I'm not finna sit up. I'm not doing it. Miss Bill was great.
I'm sorry I said that about your mama.
No.
Not Steve hiding his whole face.
I can't. But
Hey, if you from Lincoln, you know I ain't lying. I'm telling you.
She was a sweet woman.
Sweet woman.
Amazing teacher. And
sweet woman with strong face.
Yeah. But we in our econ class, we had to come up with our dream job. And I always knew I wanted to be a chef, but my dream job was to become Oprah's personal chef. So if I ever could cook for someone, the main person would be Oprah, but in the room it needs to be Oprah, Whoopi Goldberg, Felicia Rashad, and Debbie Allen. Hands down.
Wow.
I want that table. I want that whole
that table.
That'll
Make you millions. That food good, and it gonna be good. That he out there now.
That's the dream. That's the dream. Oprah, because knowing her story. Debbie Allen, because I just love the arts. And her just ability from just looking at her from once I actually saw Fame, the original Fame, the movie, into the TV show. I have the box set upstairs. I'm just following her whole career to the directing and the dancing and her studio that she has up in New York. Just following her and how she loves kids. I love Debbie Allen for that. Felicia Rashad is just like the mom I wish I had. I love Felicia Rashad on so many levels, and the level she's able to go through in acting. Like even recently, her doing this movie, and she wanting to be a bad guy and trying to fight somebody, and like Felicia, you can't be doing physical things trying to fight. I just love her all together, and so yes, to have these at the table, eating my food, I would love it. So there, Oprah is the dream.
I just want to be in the room and ask Felicia Rashad, just like, hey. Just tell me something. I know it's gonna be good.
Yeah,
you're so motherly.
So motherly. She's everybody's mom.
I know it's gonna be motherly. I know I might go out there and be like, you know what, I can take over the world.
And I'm gonna be like, I'm a little sore at you for that last Tyler Perry movie you did, but you good still. You good because you played that villain role. You played that role a little too well.
She did.
No, she over trying to fight.
I kind of crossed my arms a little bit afterwards. I was just like,
she came back to her motherly self in Creeds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That one perturbed me too. I like, come on now.
It's like my mama's out here single. Like that could be my mom. Like I'm just like, oh my god.
Yes.
And, know, and also, you know what I'm saying? Tell us a little bit like about what you got going on lately. You know what I'm saying? What are some things that you have done or some things you got coming up in the future? I know you got some big things coming to the line if you don't mind sharing.
Yes. Well, I started full brand going into catering 2.5 years ago. For myself. I worked for Emory for a few years, back and forth. I left for a while, came back. And then I finally left to do my own thing, my own catering, Southern Class events. If you ever need anything, give me a call and I'll give that information later. But I had contracts at the airport, doing different small events. They would call me up quarterly. And then COVID, she showed up and things went left. So I ended up having to go. I actually found the odd job of driving trucks, which it was just like, okay, I just want to drive trucks. But I was like, this is not my stilo. So I ended up getting fired from that because I don't drive trucks. I'm a chef, but it was a meal for my family.
Yeah.
So when that happened, I actually found the opportunity to work for Burris Tucker Restaurant Group. They are amazing, which is Candy Burris and Ty Tucker. Working for them, and they are amazing. If you don't know Candy Burris, she is on Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Yeah.
They own the Old Lady Gang franchise, and they started a steak and seafood called Blaze Steak and Seafood. Check them out on Cascade. I'm doing shameless plugs for them, and I ain't getting no check, but hey, it's okay.
Get some money.
You just might.
Exactly.
No, but I started there. I came in originally to try and just be a line cook. I literally worked in maybe one other restaurant called Straits on Juniper, which was owned by Ludacris a while back before he closed it down. Straits was really great. So it gave me that restaurant feel. And so, but I've always been at Emory. So being at Blaze Steak and Seafood, it was definitely different. Why? Because I had to help design the menu from scratch, like from the baseline. What's there now is not 100% all mine, Some things were tweaked and changed and whatnot, which I'm not mad at. But it definitely allowed me to get inside that arena that I've never been into before. I'm exposing people to my food every day. So that's where I was. And so after a while, it just got to a point where I was working a lot. Like I was never at home. And so me and the wife had a conversation and we were like, look, you have a family. Which one are we going to choose? And so I chose family. And luckily, I had a great relationship with owners at Marco's Pizza. And so as of March 27th, i.e. my birthday of this year, I actually left Blaze just to spend more time at home. But before leaving, me and the wife were looking at retail spaces. And we are going to go into our own setup. The concept is designed. I literally have about 75% of the menu made out, recipes and all. So we are looking at retail spaces to open our own little small cafe style. We want people to still be able to sit in there, but we also want to be able to branch out and do some grown and sexy stuff. We're not trying to really be shirts and shorts, but I want to be able to come in after a nice day of work, blazer, blue jeans, no hats, Steven. But be able to come in and have a grown and sexy feel, but not feel like you're busting your wallet as well. So
that is dope. Coming to Atlanta for that.
Let me get a 4-piece wing.
See, no wings will be provided. Well, there will be wings.
Exactly. Go ahead and set the record straight.
There will be wings, but it'll be. I'll put one menu item out there. It's called lollipops. Where you take the whole drum.
I like that. Yeah.
So so we're gonna jazz that up, make that upscale. Exactly. But it's for everybody who like all flats. It won't be no all flats.
I'm one of those people. I am people.
Wow. As Joe said, I am folks.
Yeah. But yeah, so we jazzing it up. We're ready. So yeah.
Hey man, I feel like it's gonna take off because I know you. I don't have plenty of your food. And it always been good, man. You know what I'm saying? And I know, you know what I'm saying, Atlanta is definitely gonna appreciate that. And all y'all Atlanta foodies out there, when he get it up and running, I need y'all to flood that spot. You know what I'm saying? Get it out there on the scene so that he can make that mean green. You know what I'm saying? He got son, he got to go through college and all that stuff like that.
Yes. So if you want to go.
If you want to go, he might want to be a chef. He got first line experience. Got to be second generation.
That's it.
That'll be dope.
So my question is, what is like your favorite meal to cook from appetizer to main course to dessert?
All right. So call it cliche, call it whatever. Appetizer, I'm going straight country. My favorite meals are always soul food meals.
Yes.
My favorite appetizer is salmon croquettes or salmon patties or salmon cakes or however you want to do them.
Hey, all love fried.
So the way I do
I'm here for that. Yes.
The way I do them is with of course, your traditional salmon. Yes, it is in a can. Oh well, and I use
that cute. That red can adds that too.
Pink salmon.
Yes, come on, man.
But I do sometimes put fresh salmon in there, chop it up. But my seasoning, I have a house seasoning that I use for it. Bell peppers, onions, put it in there. And I also use actually Ritz crackers. Grind them up. To make that
is real cook.
I want some salmon patties.
Ritz crackers, some eggs, bind that sucker up, sear them off on both sides, finish them in the oven, and then I make like caramelized apples. So you take some Granny Smiths, dice them up, put it over the top, make like a little simple syrup with some sugar, brown sugar, let them apples sit in there, do their thing, and put it over the top of the salmon. So main course
sounds so good.
Yes.
We just had the appetizer, y'all.
Yeah.
I like that. Appetizer.
That's it.
Dang, Darius just got up on his mic. He's so good. Look at that. I just realized that.
I know he got closer.
Yeah. I was like, boy, that's just the appetizer. Come on with it. What a restaurant that I ain't playing. Open it up.
We're gonna open it. We're gonna open it.
I would like to place an order for the salmon patty.
Exactly. Everything he's saying right now, that's gonna be my first meal. I'm gonna get there and I'm gonna be like, hey, they already know what I want. Just bring me some sweet tea. And if they got some adult beverages back there, bring me one of them. Or two of them.
Exactly.
Main course, of course, you're traditional. I've learned to make soul food healthy. A little personal story. I do have type 2 diabetes. And so because I was like literally I was like 415 pounds at one time. So now I weigh 260, 265, depending on the day. But we're in that bracket. So I've lost a lot within the last,
amazing.
5-6 years. It's not come off overnight. It's taking time.
I'm trying to be like him when I grow up.
Look, man, and just understanding food. So I love my soul food. How do I make it healthy? So most people sit up here and they use, we're gonna use turkey necks and all this kind of stuff. That's great, but I've learned to use the broth, turkey broth or even beef broth, and cook it in there with it. You get your onions and your bell peppers to add some more flavor to it. You don't have to add any meat. I will add it though. I can go back to ham hock, neck bones, and all that. Trust and believe. I can go there. It's not lost in the sauce because I've learned how to make it healthy. Yeah. My cornbread recipe won't change. My grandmother taught me that recipe. It's in the bloodline. My wife has asked how to make it because she's not blood. She married in. She cannot get that recipe. Dang. My son can get it though because he's blood. I say Maxwell. Max can get it because he's blood. And that's what I always tell her. But I've tried to show her. She just says she can't get it. She's like, I'm trying to learn how. She don't get it.
All right. All right.
Just eat it.
Anything that Southern feel, fried chicken, mac and cheese. My mac and cheese, I use about 6-7 different cheeses. Smoked Gouda, regular Gouda, mozzarella, cheddar cheese. So we go into all of that. Parmesan cheese, all of that's in there. And then after that, you got your fried chicken. Fried chicken's done only best inside a brown paper bag. Why are you doing that?
A brown paper bag.
Brown paper bag.
You don't know nothing about that, Miller. You
get
that cold.
You see
it. That's how your grandma used to do it.
No, she didn't.
And your grandma wasn't a real grandma then.
What? Oh my God, Grandma! If you're watching later,
if you listen, your grandma card has been revoked. You is a G baby.
Stop it! Just stop. Just stop it.
Oh man! But yeah, I actually got turned on to using almond flour because I had a client who had celiac, so she couldn't take regular flour. So I've learned how to use almond flour, and the crunch on the almond flour versus regular flour is actually great. So if you ever doing fried chicken, just try almond flour once.
Definitely trying
regular flour.
No, man, I'm getting out all your secrets, man. To these regular people,
they can't. They're not gonna do it like Chef Ron.
You're not gonna do it like me. You can sit up there and you can do whatever you want.
Y'all
but
heard
that don't mean it's gonna taste like mine.
There's only one Chef Ron, basically.
Because I never told you how I season my fried chicken. I just said I do fried chicken.
Oh, that is
basically
true.
That's on period.
And so seasoning goes a long way. So your collard greens, your mac and cheese, your fried chicken, traditional soul food. Dessert, hands down, knockout. My two are pound cake and peach cobbler. Go to every time. And
can I get a slice of pound cake with some peach cobbler on top?
Yeah, I'm actually about to attempt, like next time I do pound cake, to do my peach cobbler inside my pound cake.
Hallelujah!
So I'm gonna try it to make sure it gets right before I present it to people.
Peach cobbler
and
pound cake.
Because I want to add it to the menu as a dessert for the restaurant. So I'm gonna try to do the peach cobbler pound cake.
I just want to know if Convrs8 can be the taste testers of that.
I don't worry about it. You may be in Philadelphia, but I'm out here.
Oh, listen, I can fly
in the front, You know
I
what I'm
will
saying?
purchase
With
a ticket
Not
just
my,
for
with
that.
my vanilla ice cream, because I'm gonna be ready for that. I'm gonna be like, hey, just go ahead and lay it on me. But as soon as it come out the stove, let it rest for its 20 minutes. But as soon as it's through resting,
Yes.
go ahead and put me one on the stand.
I'm gonna send the first online order right now. I'm gonna just send you a text message real
Listen,
quick.
Cash
Write
App
it.
on
Keep that on there.
PayPal.
That's
Yes.
gonna be that'll be Darius's wife's job to set up my online everything.
Yeah.
Oh, you hear that?
Online
Siobhan.
everything.
She's on.
But yeah, so with it, with peach cobbler though, people got to understand the difference between cobbler and pie. Cobbler is crushed throughout. Pie is crushed on the bottom and the top. You got people who will sit up here say, "Oh, I made a peach cobbler and it's crushed on the bottom and the top." No, that you made a peach pie. Cobbler is crushed throughout. Like, if it ain't crushed throughout, I don't want it.
Hey, you ain't did it right. My grandma said the crust got to be all up through there.
That's it. That's
You know what I'm saying? Because if it's not, you ain't make no cobbler.
You made a pie.
You made a pie.
You made a peach pie.
Jeez, man.
And you know what?
Man.
If you make good peach pies, that's okay. But if I'm looking for some cobbler, I want some cobbler.
Yeah.
That's what your mind said.
I do add a little I do add a little Hennessy inside my peach cobbler too.
Let's go with the Hennessy cobbler.
Yeah, a little Hennessy in there, Jessica.
Hey, you know what I thought
Talking my
about?
language.
You know what I thought about? If y'all could do that cobbler with that maple crown. Or that salted caramel crown.
Man, listen. Oh, not the salted caramel. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh.
Yeah, if you do that with that maple, I will be at the front door day one.
That's a thought.
But the salted caramel, though.
Why not all of them?
Oh
my God.
Oh, let me go ahead and just book my ticket now.
I'm finna throw my computer screen.
Hey man, you're gonna be like Robert Freeman.
Test kitchen. Y'all won't get no credit. I'm gonna just let you know that now. I'm gonna go to the test kitchen.
Okay,
go ahead and
hey, that needs to be out there. I don't care if I get credit. That needs to be out there.
I don't need no credit. Credit gonna be when it hit my tongue.
My credit is eating it. Yes,
right.
So that's my credit right there. I'm just be like, listen, I'm gonna go live right there. I'm like, look, it ain't out there yet. You got about 12 more days, but I'm eating one right now. You can get it later on.
That's it.
Hey, you're gonna end up like Robert Freeman on the Boondocks. You're gonna have some people outside lurking for that.
Hey, looking in the window to my, hey man, won't you hurry open, man? It's almost 10 o'clock.
No, it's almost 10 o'clock. Lord,
I'm down.
Yeah,
I will book a ticket.
I'm trying to tell you, I don't care what it is. That and one of them things, that whole suite. Hey, man, you better put beds in the back, man.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna be like the itis, man. Like,
I'm telling you, yo.
Just
gonna have people out there stealing just to get some of that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But it's the passion, it's the love. For me, I tell anybody it's the love. Like, I love doing it. It's been times where I've done events even within the church, and they sit up here, bro, we only got $10. I'm like, okay, let's work with it and we'll make it happen. Do I do that anymore? No, because it's like at the end of the day, my value is my value.
Yeah.
You go out anywhere else and you spend the money. Like, don't come here looking for a hookup.
Period.
Oh,
yeah. It goes for friends and family too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Ain't no
Family knows very well. Very well. But yeah, so that's yeah. That's your appetizer, your main course, and your dessert.
Hey,
for right now.
That sounds so good. I just like that order, please. That's my order.
Gotcha.
So you mentioned your experience cooking for Burris Tucker and just kind of the high profile situation. Like, you know, we enjoy cooking shows and reality shows and, you know, the blend of the two or whatever. Like, what if there's anything that people should know about that kind of gig, what would you want them to know? Like, you know, you know what I mean? Like
I said earlier, going into the intro, everything is not what it seems. And for them on the good end, you go and you see the cameras and all this kind of stuff. They're actually cool to work for. They understand working though. If you work 100 hours, they will let you work 100 hours. You gonna sit there and kill yourself, they'll let you kill yourself. But if you set the boundaries, they respect it. Look, I only can do this. All right, cool. I respect it.
Yeah.
There have been several times I've been able to sit down with Todd and Candy, have a conversation like, hey, how's life? How's everything going? Da 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 da. Actually, small increment. When we were actually getting ready to open, we were doing our final tasting with Todd and Candy and a few friends, and we actually had a pound cake challenge. And Candy's pound cake actually beat mine. So like the girl can actually burn. So we're not gonna sit up here and act like she can cook. Like she made it herself. Okay. I made sure it was tried and true. She recorded herself, she made the pound cake. So it was good. So the girl can burn. So when she say she like food for real. Like she like food. Working for them as a corporation was good. Great experience. It had some hiccups and some bumps. But that's with anything.
Right.
That's with anything. Because they are high profile celebrities at this point, you run into a lot of their friends. I've met Miss Kenya Moore. I've met the whole cast to a degree. Actually plug tonight the episode, my first episode there airs tonight, Real Housewives of Atlanta at 8/7 Central. So look for it tonight. My episode where they're actually testing the food. So that's tonight on Bravo. So yeah. So look for that airs. So,
look out for it.
So we are there. I've been excited to actually have that experience. The next move now, I've actually worked with a couple of outside entities as far as small parties with different celebrities. And the biggest thing to know with working with high profile people is discretion. So my business and your business ain't nobody business. So discretion is key. So if they can trust you to be discreet, of course you sign a non-disclosure on everything. I have like 6 or 7 of them out there floating around from different stuff, but it's different, and it opens your eyes to these are actual people, the good, the bad, the ugly, and their people. So even with that, you sympathize with them to a degree. Before people get there. I've seen not Candy and Todd, but I've seen the other celebrities I've done things for. I've seen them before people get there, and it's like they're stressed, they're insecure about things, and people show up, and now it's time for the show. They put on the show, and then they go away, and they go back to their corners, and then they tuck away. So it's definitely like it's eye-opening, and that's just from a shelf standpoint. So imagine what people see who are their personal assistants and all this kind of stuff. So yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, and I'm sure you'll carry a lot of that into your venture, opening up a place, helping opening up Blaze, and now opening up your own place. So, I mean, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, because you said like your first time putting a full menu together.
That was my first time ever.
Oh, that was an experience that you gained that will help you translate into your next phase. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's a testament to show you like, hey, everything you go through in life, it is a reason. You know what I'm saying? And you need to learn all you can from the things that you encounter throughout this life. Because if you're not, you're really wasting your time if you ain't utilizing all the time that you spend, because we don't have a lot of time on our hands, and all our life is not promised. You know what I'm saying? So we have to take all the lessons and ball them in one and just keep taking the things that we can use into the future.
Yeah, that's true. Yes.
Well, Mella went. She said fell off.
I think everybody falling off today. Everybody's camera and microphone.
I don't know what's going on.
What is it like? What is something that you will tell somebody that is aspiring to go into the business and the field that you're currently a part of now?
Just because you can cook well doesn't mean this is a business for you.
Mm.
I know people who are amazing home cooks, who if you put them in the kitchen, they will buckle like a belt, because it's intense. It's disrespectful at times. It is hard work, and it's time consuming.
Yeah.
I know for a fact of 2 chefs who lost their family to a degree where the wife was like, "You're never here. I want a divorce." Not that they did anything wrong or they were cheating. They just spent so much time at work that it became an obsession. Like they're at the job sun up, sun down, and they've lost their families. And so I made it a promise not for that to be me. And it got there. My wife was in my throat like, "Yo, I feel like a single parent." And I'm like, "Whoa, pump the brakes. What am I doing?" And that's why I got a big homie, a friend of mine. I had a conversation with him, Chris. Love you if you're watching. Like, just perspective. On perspective, like what are you trying to prove? What are you trying to do? What do you value? Do you value your career or your family? So anybody coming in this, make sure you know what you're getting yourself into. And if you can't handle the kitchen, by all means, prioritize and set your boundaries early, period. You'll have people tell, "Oh, you're not going to get far if you're not willing to put in the work." You can put in the work and still set boundaries.
Yeah.
Right.
Set those boundaries early and live by them. Because the minute you give them a foot in a compromise for your boundaries, that's it. Because that's what I did. That's what my wife did. I gave them a foot in the boundaries. Okay, I'll do a double today. Okay, I'll do a double tomorrow. Now I'm here from freaking 6 in the morning to 10 o'clock at night. And this ain't even my spot.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
There's somebody else's set. So yeah. But yeah, set the boundaries. And once you do that, be willing to learn. You never know everything. I may be 5, but I'll never know everything.
Right.
Even when I get old, I'll never know everything when it comes to food because there's always something different. Like I said, with food, you find ways to create. So, yeah.
Dope.
Awesome.
You went and got some cobbler?
Yeah, man, it was really good. Y'all definitely need to go out there and get that crown cobbler because it's off the chain.
Oh my god.
Oh man, I can't wait to see that on the menu.
I can't wait.
I may make that. I may try that out next weekend because I'm off. Not off, but I get home early. I'm gonna go ahead and try that. I'm gonna try that.
Hey, I'll be recovering from my shot, so that'll be a nice medicine. I just come down the way. I'll just come down 155.
That's it. That's it.
Like, yeah, you got my care package.
I'm flying in.
I am. This is even a baby. I am. I'm gonna do the crown roll because I have all those crown rolls at home.
Ooh.
All of them for myself.
See, I just got myself some peach, for the spring, summer, so.
Yeah.
Please just let me know how that goes.
I got to go pick mine up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You put your order in?
Yeah, we'll get a personal pan.
Where they getting all this from? Who crown? I need to know somebody that crown. I want the salted caramel.
Okay.
A case of
it's so good.
I'm gonna try this cobbler next weekend.
Okay.
All right.
Dope. Please.
Right.
And then y'all can taste it since y'all are in, Georgia, and then let me know so that when I come next month,
it's ready for you.
Just go ahead and put my order in ahead of time.
Okay. Got it. I'm gonna try the regular peach cobbler, and then I'm gonna try the pound cake one. We're gonna try that together.
Yes.
Okay.
We're gonna do that together.
Oh man, get some salted caramel, crown syrup on the top of it. Oh. Yeah.
All right, so we're definitely in a trance right now.
Man. Jeez.
Yes,
I'm
thank
hungry.
you, Chef Ron, for coming through and blessing us with that information.
Please.
Now we're going to be setting our watches to it, and if you come up with a name for your restaurant, do you have a name for the restaurant?
I do have a name. We're not putting that out there.
We're not putting that out there.
All right,
but
to be announced.
Yeah,
just know it'll be small. It's small and simple. We're not gonna have a menu with 100 items on there. It's gonna be it's like food. It's like literally gonna be 6 items. It'll be
that's the menu I'm talking about.
Yeah, don't end up on Kitchen Nightmares and have like 100 items on your menu.
I'm tired of restaurants with too many options, man. It just makes me resort to like, I'll just get the regular. You don't want to try anything new because it's just like, I don't know what is
chicken tenders, dog. That's what I was
right. You just never go wrong with like wings or something.
Your food takes too long. Everything takes too long because they got to prepare 50 different things.
Right. They got to have it ready.
Yeah.
But yes, but if we'll talk off air. If it needs a logo or something, then hit your boy up.
But period.
Hey, Steve out the logo.
Yes.
So we have come to the point in our show where we share our final thoughts. So just a summary of what we've talked about or something you want to plug additionally, it's your opportunity to do that. So Chef Ron, we'll start with you. Final thoughts.
My final thoughts. Live to your fullest potential. Life is short. Live to your fullest potential no matter what anyone else says. We talked about Nas X, but he's doing what he wants to do regardless of what anyone else says, whether we agree or not. And that's what I take away from him. So take away from me, no matter what anyone else says, live to your fullest potential. And when making decisions, pray about it because you never know.
That's it. Straight to the point. You got anything you want to plug on the back of that?
Southern Class Events, phone number 404-482-6997. Chef Ron in the building. We're working on the website as we speak.
Hey.
Yes, y'all. So final thoughts.
Ella. Y'all want to talk at the same time. Pressure me then. Final thoughts. I would just say, this was a really good conversation. I think we had some very diverse topics today, and just kind of horsey backing because that's what we say now because of Byron.
Yes,
nobody's buying a pig around here. Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing that I've been learning this season is just the going after what God has called me to do, without regret, without apology. And I think that's the biggest thing. I think one of the things that's always held me back was just my own fears of failure or not being able to reach the masses, especially because I feel like I have a talent that everybody else out there is doing, but understanding that there's a unique crowd for just me. So it's, like you can go out there and say, hey, I have this to offer. It's like, but so many people are doing it. But that doesn't mean anything. There's still somebody out there that's waiting for just you. And I think just with that, I think it's definitely caused me to push myself in many different ways. So I have a relaunch of my podcast that's coming out next Monday, where I am going to feature a lot of single women. We're going to talk about different things just in the single community, different things that we've experienced over the pandemic. I know that I've had a lot of good conversations with people who have experienced dating apps in the church and what that experience was. And, some have been successful, some have been an experience and a journey within itself. So, the podcast mainly is just about me as a single woman, as a, devoted follower of Christ and how I just navigate life. But I think in the first couple of seasons, it was just me. And so being able to invite other people on, other single women, on it's going to be just another dynamic to the podcast. And eventually what I want to do is a marriage advice series with some of my great friends who are married couples and just giving advice to the single community. So I think that's going to, include a lot of you guys. Some that I have really good close relationships with, and just some relationships that I admire from afar. And want to be able to invite you guys on and just ask questions, because I think the biggest thing for me and what I've always been appreciative of is having married couples in my life that I can always seek advice from, because this is something I do desire in the near future. And I think being able to have friendships with people who are married is very, very beneficial, and learning how to cultivate those types of relationships and move towards that. So I'm pretty excited. I've just been preparing and want to do it God's way, and it's been really good. So I'm excited. Mind Your Own podcast coming to a mic and a platform near you soon. A relaunch.
How you live, Stephen Neal?
Well, I would just say that, you see all the blue I got going on, all the blue in my background, the blue in the logo. This is World Autism Awareness Month. That's a cause that's near and dear to my heart. I personally have benefited from the raised awareness for autism and just end of the spectrum. I was born diagnosed with autism, and research that was done, but my mom knew somebody who was doing a study for their education. So I benefited from that and was able to, go to school and stuff like that. And, everybody's journey is different and unique.
Yeah.
And definitely something to be, celebrated or whatever. It's just something else that makes us different, like anybody else in the human race. So it's just what makes us, them. Yeah. So just grateful for the awareness that's raised this month, every year. And also I just like to plug, like I was saying to Ron, we'll have a conversation off air if you want a logo on a menu or a sign or something. I have a business. It is LXG Creative Company. I do logos, flyers, illustrations, because I draw, and I do voiceover as well,
and baby pictures.
I'm gonna leave that to the experts. And then also, like, if you have a Zoom meeting and you don't feel like tapping your nephew or your grandson to run your Zoom or whatever, I'll do that for you. And also coordinate it and just run traffic control on your event. So this is stuff that I've started to do, and it's been a lot of fun. So again, this is LXG Creative Company. We're giving voice vision, and this is where to find me.
That's a fly card.
What I mean?
And that's LXG, not LSG.
Not
LXG.
So I'm on Instagram at Stevie is LXG. So
cool.
Let's go.
So
let's go.
So that is my final thoughts. So what are your final thoughts, Darius J?
DJ.
Carpe, some DMs and not direct messages.
Yeah.
DIEM.
Let's clear that up.
Some days, because
I don't know, y'all.
You know what I'm saying?
What?
I feel like, you know what I'm saying, for the most part, from my current runnings in life, is just like making sure I make the most of every day. And that's by giving my all to make sure that I achieve the things that I set out to achieve. not playing with it. I think it's just like a testament to just seeing my wife, how she been like working out, eating right, and just doing the things she need to do, you know what I'm saying, in order to achieve the things she want to achieve, you know what I'm saying? And both of us going down that journey and making sure that we checking on each other, making sure that we doing what we need to do in order to help each other be better. I feel like that's something that, you know, we forget, you know what I'm saying, in life, because a lot of times you hear about people getting better on their own, but you don't never hear about them getting better as a unit. And that's just something that I want to see come to fruition with us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the thing of it is, we have to be, you know what I'm saying, we have to be the things that people could look at in order to, you know what I'm saying, give our people like children, nieces, nephews, all that stuff, something to look forward to. Because we also have media that also circulate everything that you kind of want to shy away from and you don't want to be a part of, because you're just like, man, everything like that, and you're destined to fail because if you do it like this. But it's also, man, you can succeed. You can have a happy relationship. You can have a strong, maturing love. You can have the good things that people sometimes, like, I hear more narratives talking about is it's not possible, but it is. All this stuff possible. You just have to work for it. And I think we don't got, society don't help to form this illusion that things are not possible. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't tell you how to get it. They just say, look at me, I got it. I ain't gonna tell you how to get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything out here could be for somebody. Just like it's 1,000 podcasts out here, I still want to do one. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna have my million listeners. You know what I'm saying? We gonna have it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's our whole, like I always talk about. It's 100 different kinds of white bread in the grocery store. You know what I'm saying? All of them get bought. You know what I'm saying? That means everybody got a preference. Don't be afraid to try. Don't be afraid to go ahead and step out. You know what I'm saying? Because what you got for you, what God put it down on your path, opportunity wise, it's up to you to pick it up. Now, if you don't want to go down the path that may be a little bit troubling, you know what I'm saying? It may be hard, but the path is not easy. I'm gonna keep on saying that until people get it. The path is not easy, ain't meant to be easy. In order for you to be made, you gonna have to make yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like one thing I started saying, I'm gonna work my dreams into fruition. You know what I'm saying? Like, people also say speak words. Words are fine. A lot of people can speak. You know what I'm saying? I heard people speak and I don't spoke things that I did never achieve. But the thing of it is, you have to work. We gotta work. If you ain't trying to work your manifestations into fruition, just talking ain't hitting on nothing. You'll never have it. Just talking. You know what I'm saying? So everything that I'm trying to achieve, I'm gonna have to put work to, and I behoove everybody that is listening to this, put the work in. Don't just talk the talk, walk the walk. That's my final thought.
Indeedio.
All right. Well, it has been another episode of Convrs8. Episode 57 now is in the books. Thank you, Chef Ron, for joining us.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
It's been quite a journey, man. You know, can you believe, guys, it's been almost 3 years.
3
years from the end of the month. So we have some special guests at the end of the month, and we're going to announce them now. As usual, Mela, drum roll, please. Our next guest, when I get to the pictures. Okay. Our next guest will be Jennifer Martin. Good friend of mine. She's a youth pastor. She's an actor. She's both. So we're going to talk to her. So as I said, this is our 3rd anniversary. In the old days, we were ripping and running. We did shows back to back
every Sunday.
So we're going to do that. So the next week will be another drum roll, Mela. Another drum roll.
Hey. my brother. You feel me? Y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all better tune in to that show because I'm telling you, we're gonna be all the way live like 95.
I'm excited.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. So we will sign off and we'll see you guys later.
We talked
Peace.
about it.
We talked about it.
Yeah.